Weird things that your rival probably hates on. Because college football is so unique, like the pageantry, the fan bases, the passion. It's unlike anything else in the sports world. And I felt like it was appropriate for us to have this conversation as we get closer and closer to college football season getting here. So I'll preface this whole thing with saying, in all of these examples, frustration is fair, but to be sipping the haterade now, like, come on, we're better than that. First thing your rival probably hates on, your first-year coach. Everybody is so quick to point the finger and laugh and say he can't do it when a first-year coach has a subpar first year. And I think this is such a weird thing to hate on, because the reality is that first-year coach is in his first year. He was probably hired because things weren't good previously. And not all first years were created equally. Brian Kelly's first year, the situation he walked into at LSU, is very different than what Billy Napier walked into his first year at Florida. So I don't understand this whole thing about hating on first-year coaches and being so quick to say they're going to get fired, they're not going to work. Like, you don't know, I don't know, your rival doesn't know. Let's get some more data, right? Let's kind of let this thing play itself out a little bit more. Weird thing to hate on a first-year coach. Make sure you're subscribed, make sure you're locked in, make sure you like the video. Thank you in advance. All right, another weird thing that rivals will like to hate on of your team, when recruits commit to your school, you're going to hear a lot of things said. One of the things that you're going to hear is, well, we didn't even want him. Which is like, one, dude, how do you know? How in any way, shape, or form would you know that? Are you in those meeting rooms with those coaches? No? Okay, so you don't know. We didn't want him. We didn't have him as a take for our school. He won't pan out. You don't know that either. You were just tweeting at this kid. We'll talk about that in a second. You were just tweeting at this kid, begging him to come to your school. And now you're saying, well, he's not going to be any good. Give me a break, man. Like, let's just shake hands. Let's say we'll meet them on Saturday when they come to our place and play us, and that'll be that. The thing that I really want to talk about, though, with this point in terms of weird things your rival hates on, is tweeting at recruits is just a bad look. Tweeting negative things at a kid who just chose his school for the next 4 years, and you're upset it's not your school, like, come on now. Kid's 18. You're a grown 36-year-old man with your school's mascot as your avatar, and you're saying he's not going to be anything. You got 34 followers. Like, come on, man. This is a bad look. This is a weird thing to hate on kids when they pick a school that's not your school. I understand, though. Y'all don't do this. Your rival does this. And so that's where I want to leave that at. But let's make sure we're staying away from that. Weird thing to hate on that. Scheduling, another weird thing your rival probably hates on. They like to say every single year that y'all don't play anybody. Probably something your rival says, hey, you really don't play anybody. Well, then the question is, well, you're our rival. We play you, right? Yeah, but hey, we're not any good. Okay, well then whose fault is it that we're not playing anybody? You know? Whose fault is it if we're not able to play anybody, but you're on the schedule? Sounds like you got to hold up your end of the bargain. Also, the whole scheduling piece is put together by the suits, man. You know? Like, it's not like the fan bases are sitting here and putting in votes to say we want to play this, that, and the other school. I promise you, the majority of college football fans would line it up in the parking lot or watch their school line it up in the parking lot with any one of the big boys. Because we want to see what our team can do. We want to see if they're able to match up against the Alabamas, the Georgias, you know, all those schools. You want to see where you're at. You want to see the litmus test. And if you were to slay the giant, then hey, that's a nice feather in your cap. But to hate on another fan base's schedule, I just think it's a bad look. Weird thing to hate on. Last one I want to talk about, traditions. People will be so quick, your rival's so quick, to throw shade at your tradition. Like, they're going to make fun of you rolling Toomer's corner, or they're going to make fun of the midnight yell. And it's like, bro, that's not for you. You think our tradition internally has anything to do with your school? No, of course not. It's like making fun of the way that somebody else runs their family or parents their family. Like, for me, as a kid growing up, we were not allowed to hang out with friends on Sundays. And so other, outside voices would say, well, that's weird. Well, I don't know why you do that. Well, it's like, you don't need to know why I do that. You don't need to know why we do the midnight yell, why we roll Toomer's corner. why we do X, Y, and Z tradition. Because it's for us. It's not about you. It has nothing to do with you, actually. It's about our school and our pride. Other thing I would say, you probably have your own weird tradition. You probably have your own thing that's maybe a little bit off color or a little bit unorthodox that your school does. Okay? So to throw shade at someone else's traditions, one, nothing to do with you. Two, you probably have your own weird tradition as well. Okay? So with that being said, those are the weird things that not y'all, because y'all are program people, probably your rival likes to hate on when it comes to college football traditions. Hey y'all, thanks so much for watching. Subscribe to the channel here to make sure you don't miss an episode of The Hard Count. Also be sure to check out other videos on the On3 YouTube channel.